every time.
Tell me why every single one of us had the exact same childhood. Like, I don't care where you grew up. We were all out here running up the basement stairs like something was chasing us, peeling glue off our hands like it was skincare, and having full-blown panic attacks after we lost our mom in the grocery store. So today, I'm unlocking all of your childhood memories that you forgot existed in your brain. So, let's do it! Starting off, we have stabbing erasers. Why did we all do this? Like, we'd be sitting in class, bored out of our minds, and then all of a sudden we'd be like, what if I just violently attacked my eraser for no apparent reason? And the eraser would be sitting there in complete agony as we just stabbed it over and over and over again. I think it's safe to say that we were all kind of crazy. I honestly feel bad for all of our erasers. Then there was yelling into fans. Like, I swear, anytime I saw a fan growing up, I would immediately run over to it and just... It was like our childhood version of auto-tune. I even remember one time I yelled so long into a fan that I got dizzy and literally fell over. My mom thought I fainted. But no, it's just I was yelling into the fan for literally 20 minutes straight because I was just obsessed with the sound that it made. I thought it was the coolest thing. Now let's talk about slides. You know, the slides of the playgrounds that got so hot in the summertime that it literally burnt you. And every playground had that one kid that always refused to slide down. They only wanted to climb up the slides. That was low-key me. Like, these kids would treat it like Mount Everest. Like, they had to climb up. But yeah, like, they never slid down and they would only ever climb up like a wild animal. And someone usually got hurt. Like, I remember one time I was climbing up the slide because I like to do that. So I was climbing up, somebody was coming down, and as you could probably guess what happened, there was a collision, and I went flying like a bird through the sky. It was painful. Now, who remembers Elmer's glue? You know, that white glue that had everyone in a chokehold in 2018 because we all used it to make slime? Well, I remember also using it as a hand mask. I'd be putting it all over my hand and just peeling it off like it was some sort of weird exfoliant thing. But on our hands, I guess. Like, I'd be sitting there pouring it all over my hand and telling people, stop talking to me, I'm doing my skincare. And if someone touched it before it dried, you'd get mad at them. Moving on, we have pretending to be asleep in the car. This one was literally an art form. You'd hear the car slow down and immediately just go limp. Get up! And we all did this because we so desperately wanted to get carried inside. But looking back, I totally get how that was probably really annoying for our parents. So I understand why mine would always tell me to wake up. I'd never listen though because I needed to get carried inside. It made me feel like royalty. So I'd always pretend to be asleep still because I needed to get my way. Now, have you ever lost your parents in a grocery store? Well, if you have, you know that nothing, and I mean nothing, is scarier. One second you're looking at cereal, and the next second you turn around and your mom is just gone. She's gone! And you're freaking out because you're like, where did my mom go? So you'd start running around like a lunatic trying to find her, and you're thinking, my life is done. I'm lost! I'm lost! And then you'd see a random adult that looks very similar to your mom from the back. So of course you run up to them and just tap them and say, Mom! And then they turn around, and this is when you realize that that is not your mother. That is a random stranger. The amount of embarrassment you felt in that moment is just unmatched. It always made me just want to crawl into my skin and body and just get away. So embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Now, who else's parents acted like turning on the lights in the car at night was illegal? No! Don't! We'll crash! Then they'd act like the police was coming for you. Like, I can actually drive now, and I tried testing this out. So I turned it on one time when I was driving at night, and I was able to see completely fine. So I think our parents are honestly just babies. Now moving on to childhood myths. Because kids will believe anything. I know I did. Like, for instance, never swallow gum because it will stay in your stomach for 7 years. Cracking your knuckles give you arthritis. If you swallow a seed, a tree will grow in your stomach. Toys come to life at night. I blame this one on Toy Story.
You are a toy!
Anyway, there's a lot of them, but I remember one time I swallowed a piece of gum, and I genuinely thought my life was over. I was like, I'm done. I remember thinking, well, it was nice knowing ya. Like, what do you mean? I just swallowed gum. Why are you freaking out at the age of 9 right now? I was far too gullible. And then there were mysteries we tried to solve. Like, who else tried to catch the fridge light turning off? I definitely did. Like, I swear we all thought we were detectives or something. You'd open the fridge slowly like, I'm gonna catch you this time! And you never did. The fridge always won. Which makes sense because, like, why would that even work? How would we even catch that happening? I don't know. We were kinda dumb. Moving on, I remember getting in trouble and being sent to my room and immediately pulling these moves behind the door. And don't even lie, I know you did this too. Because we couldn't show this anger in front of our parents, or we'd get in trouble. So, we did it in the comfort of our own rooms behind our door, where only our teddy bears could see. But anyway, the second we calmed down, we were right back to playing the most intense games ever. We would play the infamous Don't Let the Balloon Touch the Floor. This game literally turned every kid into an Olympic athlete. You dive, roll, jump, just trying to do anything to keep this balloon in the air. And if it touched the floor, you'd be like, well, we failed. The world is literally over. We had to keep the balloon in the air at all times. I remember I literally played this game for hours on end with my brother. One time I even dove so hard for it that I hit my body on the couch and got the wind knocked out of me. And my brother didn't even check on me. He was just too concentrated on trying to keep the balloon in the air. So I was there like in pain trying to breathe and he was like, get out! And speaking of injuries, why did we all think getting a cast was the coolest thing ever? You'd see a kid with the cast in school and just think, wow, I want to be like them. Like, everyone wanted to sign in. Everyone was just bowing at their feet like they were some sort of celebrity. Meanwhile, the kid is like, I'm in pain! We didn't care because we thought casts were so cool. And don't lie, I know you wanted one so bad because I definitely did. Which, looking back, I don't know why we thought it was so cool because if I broke my arm now, I would cry because I need my arms to do stuff. Like, that would be so immobilizing. Anyway, another thing we did was thinking that closing your eyes in a shower was a massive risk. You'd shampoo your hair and close your eyes for 1 second, and suddenly you're having a panic attack thinking, there's a monster! It's gonna get me! So what would you do? You'd rinse your eyes off as fast as you could like a competition because you wanted to make sure there was no monsters there. But yeah, me as a kid, I would never let myself close my eyes, even if soap got in there because I couldn't risk it. And finally, the greatest childhood mission of all, staying up past your bedtime. You'd be sitting there watching a movie with your parents, and you suddenly realize, hey, it's past my bedtime! But here's the thing, your parents don't know yet. So, what do? You hold your breath and you don't move a muscle. Because you couldn't let them realize that it was past your bedtime. You wanted to stay up. Because staying up late as a kid was the coolest thing ever. You were basically a rebel. But no matter how silent or still you sat, your parents always noticed. And just like that, you were off to bed sad because your mission failed. You were no longer a cool kid. Anyway, childhood was chaotic, dramatic, and kind of weird. But yeah, let me know down below which ones you relate to the most. Probably all of them. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!